Here we have the current stock market analysis for Coinbase Global Incorporated, stock ticker COIN. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comment section so that other traders will be able to find this information more easily on the platform. So what we have here is a bit of a broader view for this stock. We're looking at the daily time frame. Each candle on this time frame will represent a one-day trading period, a full trading day. So as we can see here, there are some interesting developments that have started to occur recently. And what we have seen here is for a share price movement that has seen some lift here after falling to lows, coming in at roughly 146.12. Would be the prior low here. So as we can see, this price bounce is starting to occur roughly right into the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement of the ascending move from this would be 114.51 to roughly just above $280 per share. So I should actually write this in on the price chart here. So what we have here is 283.48 for these price highs. So this broader trending move here is what we're currently looking at. We have since then seen a series of lower highs in the process, but what is interesting here and what's a possible positive for this stock is that share prices are attempting to find some support here right at this 78.6% Fibonacci retracement. So the reason I say this move is important is because if we were to see a major break lower here, and some sustained follow through here, then we would most likely expect then to see share prices retest these prior lows coming in at 114.51. So that would be a fairly significant move to the downside if we were to see that type of price break. As things currently stand, we have actually seen a daily close below that 786 retracement. So it's a bit surprising to see this movement higher here. But we do really need to see a bit more follow through in order to confirm that this downside break has not actually occurred, that this was not a false breakout to the downside, because there is still scope here for share prices to sort of roll over here and move lower, because what we're encountering currently here is some resistance that is starting to be formed by the this declining yellow line, which is the 20-day exponential moving average. So if we're able to break above that level and move back into the exponential moving average cluster, we can then start to expect for share price momentum to sort of abate to the downside, sort of lessen to the downside. Essentially, this would take some selling pressure off of the stock if we were to see this occur. But still, as we can see here in the indicator reading, there is still a fair amount of negative momentum that is being focused on this stock. So we're really not out of the woods here, even though we have seen a possible bounce off of this 786 retracement. We're still in a bit of dangerous territory here because we really did close below that level. Could that be a false breakout to the downside? Yes, it could be. But we did see a daily close below there. So it makes me a little bit reluctant to say that that's actually the case, especially when you're dealing with a significant amount of trend momentum that is being seen on the daily price chart in the relative strength index itself. So what we've seen here is a very strong trend momentum reading here that has now been tested on 3, possibly you could even argue 4 separate occasions if we're counting this price test here. So, this is a significant amount of downside momentum. And if we look at the share price, movement itself, let's just take a look at that area quickly here. If we look at this share price movement itself, this is somewhat small by comparison. So, it would be easier for me to say that we would see pressure taken off of the downside if share prices are able to move back into this exponential moving average cluster. If we can see a clear break above that yellow line first, some closing daily periods above there, then we can start to say that we're looking at more of a sideways consolidative price movement. We can also say that we would have found support at this 786% retracement level, and then that would be a bit more of a positive outlook here going forward. However, the opposite viewpoint here would be that we see a price failure into this 20-day exponential moving average. We see share prices move lower and then possibly even form a new low in the process. If that were to occur, that would sort of be the worst case scenario for this stock, because at that point, what we would have to be pointing to would be this series of lower highs that has been developing here. We can also point to this area here. Really should have marked this as well. So this is roughly $211. We can just kind of mention that quickly here. So we've got some additional resistance coming in right around 211. Share prices closed most recently just above the 170 mark. So we're not really expected to see any major levels of resistance from the historical perspective anyway until we reach this area, and that's roughly $40 away at this point. So there is a fair amount of room to the top side. We could see all of that retraced. Even without breaking through the top of the exponential moving average cluster for the most part. This exponential moving average cluster does come in relatively close to that $211 mark, but we're somewhat close at the moment. And if we did start to see some upward slope in those moving averages, that could start to move right into that $211 level. So, as things currently stand here, there are some opposing viewpoints. We do ultimately need to see a break above this 20-day exponential moving average first. If you're bullish on this stock, I would say that this is the first sign that this is the first sign I would want to see if I was trading this stock, because that would then help to confirm this bounce off of Fibonacci support here, rather than siding with this downside break and daily close below that level. So, there are some opposing viewpoints here, but if we do break above the 20-day exponential moving average cluster, then you can start to view this movement to the downside as being the result of an excessive move lower that did result in some slippage and a bit of a false breakout to the downside. If we do see a break below this 142.12 area, I would then expect to see a full retracement of this entire trending move to the top side. And then I think that you're probably most likely looking at a retest of that 115 level first. To the top side, as I said, the major level of resistance comes in at 211. And then from there, we would be looking at a retest of the prior highs at 272.55. If we were able to break above there somehow, that would be the long-term trend signal that you would want to see if you're long this stock, because then at the very least, you're looking at a retest of the all-time highs at 283. And then if you were to see a break above there, then this entire downward trending bearish condition could then be finally invalidated and reversed. So here's the current stock market update for Coinbase Global Incorporated, stock ticker COIN. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market. Lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.